Hi there, I'm Brad. Welcome to the Bristol Hi-Fi Show 2025, where today I am joined by Tom from IsoTek.
Yes.
Now, before we get started, happy birthday.
Thank you.
How old are you today?
33.
33. Yeah. So you're but a twinkle in your father's eye when the first Bristol show was held 36 years ago.
Yes.
Wonderful stuff. So, IsoTek, talk to me. What is it you guys do?
IsoTek, so we make a range of power conditioning components and power cabling, and we really pride ourselves on being kind of the foundation of any hi-fi system. We've been doing it for over 20 years now.
Yep.
Keith Martin, the founder, has basically been innovating with this stuff from day one. It's all designed from the ground up in the UK. We've just opened up our new production facility in Slovakia, and yeah, we've got a great range from kind of an entry-level side up to an ultimate side with sine wave regeneration and stuff like that.
Yeah, cool. Sorry, I just noticed there was a small child dancing behind me then. So, so obviously, power conditioners and power supplies. I think for a lot of people, there's still some animosity that some people still think it's snake oil. Kind of like with the speaker cables. There's this misconception that actually it doesn't make any difference, but we know different.
Yeah, we do. I mean, at the end of the day, people are spending a decent amount of money on their system, and they're trying to get the best out of that system. They're trying to do it because they love their music, they love the audio. If you're buying a £3,000 piece of electronics and you're getting a black £1 cable in there, you're kind of doing a disservice to that component 100%. From that manufacturer. So even just starting with an IsoTek power cable that's designed in a way that's fit for purpose.
Well, that's the start of the whole system, isn't it?
It's the foundation. From the wall to the product, there's already so much that can be corrected. And if you can start on the right foot, you're going to get the most out of all of your money you've put in and the investment into
it's like go-kart wheels on a Ferrari.
Exactly, yeah. The description we use is like putting bike wheels on a Ferrari. So yeah.
Bike wheels on a Ferrari,
it's that bad.
That's even worse.
We're talking IKEA power blocks and cheap black cables that actually just act as antennas for noise. They pull more into the system. And another thing that people forget is the electronics themselves give noise into the system as well. So there's a huge amount of interference actually taking away from what could be a brilliant system. And people that have got systems and have built systems and they think, wow, this is getting to the point where I really like, but I want to get a little bit more out of it without buying a new pair of speakers or that. Just putting in even the entry-level stuff like a Polaris, which is a 6-outlet device where you've got a centralized PCB and everything wired off of it, that starting point, already you get the separation, you're getting rid of that noise, and then you can move up through the range.
Well, we get a lot of customers, even on the sort of socials, saying, oh, I love the Bristol show, I've stopped coming because my system's complete, I've got everything. Like you just said, there's always room for improvement, whether that be power supply or a block. And what is it we've got here today?
So today, this is our new V5 Synchro Uni, which is a DC component. And it's something that's become, I'd say, a huge problem, especially in the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years. With things like fast charging stations, with solar panels, even LED lighting and stuff like that, it produces a lot of DC. And it kind of offsets the DC, so suddenly you get the hum of a transformer, which then is vibrating through your whole system. You get that through your speaker in terms of feedback as well. And I'd say 3 years ago it was kind of like 6, 7 people out of 10 would have DC. Now it's probably like 9 out of 10. So this device, this is the V5 Synchro Uni 10 amp. It's actually got a 16 amp PCB, which we kind of down rate to 10 amps because you're then over engineering and getting the most that you can possibly get. We've got 3 times the amount of copper on the PCB, so again you're getting that power, and this will essentially eliminate the DC, and then this would be from the wall to a Synchro Uni into a power conditioner like a V5 Aquarius from IsoTek, because then you're correcting the DC before you're filtering the power.
So that would then go into like a splitter essentially, and then you can plug all the units into to that.
Yeah, this would be your first step. You go wall socket to a Synchro Uni, then you've sorted the DC. You've got that sorted. It's back down where it should be. And then after that, you'd plug into another IsoTek power conditioner instead of a DC. and then you've got basically a fighting chance to then start dealing with all the other problems, like the comm mode noise and the differential mode noise that we have everywhere around us. So
And you guys are demoing here today. Are you doing ABs?
Yeah, we're doing AB demonstrations from a cheap white block and black cables to our entry-level Initium and Polaris power strip, and then we're going up to our V5 Aquarius component, which is essentially 6 power conditioners in one. We use Ono cast continuous cast copper internally there. We've got 3 ounces of copper on the PCB, so all this extra over-engineering. We try and highly specify all parts, because at the end of the day, the customers are investing in something. We want the longevity, we want them to get the performance, and that's kind of at the core of IsoTek products. That's what Keith's belief is never scrimping, never trying to produce something cheap and making a big margin. We want to produce quality. And it's why we've been doing it for 20
like you
years.
say, it needs to make the difference, and from what we've heard, it does make a difference.
Yes,
so it's and everything you're saying is right. Why would you put a very cheap black IEC connection on anything that you're spending potentially tens of thousands of pounds on? These things cost pennies to make. So
they literally are about £1.
and it's ridiculous.
It's backwards, because and especially as a hi-fi dealer or someone, they're coming into you and they're asking for your advice on X, Y, and Z. It does feel like a bit of a disservice to let them go away with that cheap thing, to give such a good piece of equipment power. I mean, we've got our V5 Titans. We've got 4 of them with a lot of optimum cables running in the rail room.
Right.
Because they've got a £300,000 system, but they've got £30,000 worth of power conditioning. Because that kind of 10%.
Well, when you're dealing with that many components as well, you really need that.
Their room sounds fantastic, and that's a very big dynamic system. And one of the things this power conditioner snake oil and a big comment is, it removes and reduces dynamics. That's not true. If they're made incorrectly, yes, maybe that's true, but the way that we make our products, and especially something like the V5 Titan, which is in there, it's specifically developed for high current products. And it's got a very special technology that it's been made in a different way to the other power components. And it drives that rail system fantastically. So
no, it all makes sense to me. I think that's the thing. At the end of the day, it is just common sense. If you can afford the hi-fi, then you should really give it the right power.
Because again, like we say, it's kind of restricting what you've invested in. And like this product here, this is the 10 amp version. There's also a 16 amp version, which again has a 32 amp PCB down-rated 16 amp. And this will really be a solution to start things off, even if you're not necessarily going to power conditioning straight away. DC is a big problem anyway. You've got a lot of fantastic amplifiers out there, but they use bigger transformers than they actually need. Again, they're over-engineering, but they create more vibrations, more hum. So it's a really key part of the system.
There you have it. But can we say any more on it? I don't think so. I think the proof is in the pudding, as always.
And it's like you say, it's being demonstrated in our room here at Bristol. There's a good show price on it from Sound Service, our distribution through Audio T. It's been a fantastic show so far.
Thank you very much. But if you'd like to actually try these products, you can obviously try them in store, which is great. But the real difference is when you try these things at home, because obviously it's your home, it's your environment.
You know your music, you know your system.
Exactly. So if you're keen on trying one of these, if you're a naysayer and you're like, no, it won't make a difference, get in touch with your local Audio T. Get one of these on home loan and see the difference it makes, because it really does. There's no snake oil here.
No, nothing at all.
Absolutely. Tom, thank you so much.
Pleasure
as always. Enjoy the rest of your birthday.
Thank you.
What a place to be, eh? Excellent. Guys, thanks very much for watching. You take care. Bye now.